Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit, and I'm excited because I have a Panning Solitaire update for you guys. So if you haven't seen this project from me yet and this is your first one, the playlist will be down in the description bar. So go take it out or go check it out. Go take a look at the progress that I've been making on this palette so far. I've really been enjoying this project just as a project, but I've really been enjoying using this palette with this project. I just think it's really fun. It's a good way to get through the palette that I thought I was never going to reach for, but I absolutely loved. So I'm going to show you the progress in just a second, but if you had seen my last update, I had previously rolled in two shades, and I had rolled them in before the last update even happened. So I'm on my second round, if you want to call it that, and I'm working on my second set of duo, my second duo set. I don't know how you want to word that, but my second duo set, and I rolled in the shades Hot Mess and Supernova. So last update, I had a few uses on both of the shades, but no pan yet. And as of today, as of just a few minutes ago, I have hit pan on Supernova. So I don't know if you can see that tiny little speck right there, but that is the pan that I have in the shade. And then this is Hot Mess, which you can see like a very, very small amount of usage, but nothing really, like it looks like it hasn't really been touched. But I've used that shade more than I've used Supernova. I'll put the numbers up on the screen because I forgot to take a peek before I started filming. But let's get into it. So first we'll start with Hot Mess. And like I said, I have used this quite a few times. I'm using a fluffy brush with it. I'm really drawn out with all these mauve tones. I was panning my Viseart palette, or my Viseart Midsummer palette for my Pan That palette. That went from December up until the 14th of July. So I've completely finished off that palette now. And I'm just really worn down of all of these mauve tones, especially ones that have been rolled into other projects. So I'm still wanting to use it, but I'm using the fluffy brush, because for one, it doesn't pick up as much pigment, and for two, I can blend it out a little bit more, so I can still incorporate this shade into my looks and not feel like it's overpowering, which is kind of what I've been going for lately. I do still really enjoy these mauve tones and everything, but I just don't want it to always be the main focus of my looks. So I have been wearing it, not as consistent as I would necessarily like, but I'm still getting good use on it and I'm happy with it. I would just like to see a little bit more progress in that shade. So I might switch back to the crease brush that I normally use. It is a little bit more dense. It is a little bit more firm. So I do tend to see progress a little bit quicker. So we'll just have to see how it's working out. I do like to pair Utopia with my purple tones, my pink tones. So I find that it gives that a little bit of pop of color, like I had said in my last update, but it also kind of tones down that mauve and it just gives it a little bit of a different look, so it doesn't seem so overpowering either that way, pairing a different color with it that I normally wouldn't have. I've been finding it's working out very well for me, so I will definitely continue to do that, and I've really been enjoying it that way. So as for Supernova, I actually just hit pan on that literally before I sat down to film. So I am wearing both of these shades today, if I didn't already say. But sometimes what happens is my lids in the summer get really tacky and then a whole patch of eyeshadow just disappears off of my lid. So that's what happened to me this morning. So I had put the shadow down when I first did my makeup. Before I left for work, it was already patching off, so I reapplied it. And then when I got home from work, again, there was a little bit missing, so I reapplied it again. And that is when I had hit pan. So I actually hit pan before I even got to the second eye. So just before I went to go dip my brush into there, I saw a little speck of something. I had to double check, and sure enough, it is pan, and I'm very happy about that one. I have used it less than I've used Hot Mess, but I still was able to get some decent use on it. Again, this was a shade that I really didn't want to wear too often just because I didn't really want a mauve shimmer on my eye all of the time. But I don't mind reaching for this shade. I don't think it's my favorite out of the palette. I have obviously, if you don't know, told you guys my favorites out of this palette. It would be Nebula and Supermoon. Those are my absolute favorite shades in this palette so far. But I do still like this. I use it just lightly with a brush and I just kind of put it on that way. I don't think I've actually used my finger with this shade yet. So I'm not quite sure how impactful that would be and how it would look. But either way, I did enjoy the shade still. And I'm very happy that I have pan in it now. So unfortunately, I'm still not rolling anything in this update because I do have to hit pan on both of the shades before I can roll in my next trio. But we are getting down to very little in this palette. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 shades left. So I'm about halfway there. We're about halfway there. So my next is going to be a trio, so we're going to see what 3 end up getting rolled in next, but hopefully that's going to be in the next update, and if not, then the one after that. It's coming, it's going to be close, just all depends on how quickly I can hit pan on this Hot Mess shade. So give me some ideas and some looks that you guys would incorporate this mauve tone into, whether it's with this palette or with it, or whether it's just with other shades in general. What kind of colors do you like to pair with mauves, and what kind of looks do you like to do with mauve tones? Because I'm curious to see what you guys are interested in, and I will try some of those looks out. So that's the palette. That's what it's looking like right now. Like I said, unfortunately, nothing's being rolled in as of yet, but I'm crossing my fingers by the next update. And of course, that's the fun part of this video, and we're not getting there, but that's okay. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. So stay tuned for that one, and that's everything. So I will see you guys all later. Thanks. Bye.